Okay, so this is the real creators won without getting into Streamer U. I have no idea what this is about. This is an Omeezy video. I know you guys love Omeezy. That's the GOAT. That's twin. That's twin. That's
Long
twin.
time no.
Can you shush? I'm doing my intro. She's so close to the camera. And if I want, I'll get even closer. Because it's my stream, buddy. What are you going to do about it? Oh, I need you guys to know, I meant to play this sound. I meant to play this sound, and my finger slipped, and I just pressed the Quibble Cop laugh. I just pressed the Quibble Cop laugh by accident. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a long stream, man.
Long time no see. Back from DreamCon, I had a lot of conversations about Streamer University.
Yo, chat, should I go DreamCon one day? Low key, we might have to make it happen. I high key, I want to go to like one of the UK conventions, like Anime Con or something. Because I feel like, or like Comic Con. Because I feel like it'd be so fun. And like, I'd do like an IRL stream as well. Put a pin in that idea. We'll put a pin in that idea.
Thoughts and my opinions on it. People were asking me, was the list rigged? Why didn't this person get in? Why didn't that person get in? And I pointed directly to the content that they were making and the other content creators who were experienced that did not get in were making. You see, Funny Mike got rejected and started doing a rap battle. EDG jumped in. Kai Cenat jumped in. She Loves Rod jumped in. And now Stream University has its own record label. And while the more experienced creators were turning...
What? What? Streamer U has a record label. I have so many questions. First of all, why? Right? I'm a bit confused. Second of all, what kind of music are we producing at this university? Didn't you hear the song? Hell no. What song? What are we talking about?
The rejection into some sort of content. Other streamers and content creators cried, quit, or acted like Kai Cenat had taken away their only chance at being some sort of success in the streaming industry.
I saw this. Yo, I think this is his cousin or his girlfriend or his sister. At this point, I don't even know, man. I don't want to know, okay? I don't know what kind of dynamic they have. All I know is bro started crashing out on her. And she did not deserve that, man. She was just trying to be supportive. But like, yo, it gets to a point, gang.
Fine! You chill! I gave up everything for this! Everything that I've ever had in my life!
And see, my problem is not that they got rejected. It's the fact that some of them already had the attention but never realized how to actually turn it into some sort of momentum. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Be locked in with us for all the Stream University news.
Hey, you might be, I don't know.
News coverage and just more nonsensical stuff that goes on the internet. Unemployed News Network, we up now. Back into the video. On the night of Kai Cenat's first stream, he rolled out that big board with a list of names of participants who would be a part of Streamer University. Now, remember, there were 1 million applicants for Streamer University and only about 120 or something like that did get accepted.
Chat, I think I said this before. There is a better chance of you getting into Harvard University than Streamer U. Think about that for a second, right? You as a human being could send 2 applications. One to Harvard, one to Streamer U. And there is a higher chance you are gonna get in to Harvard than Streamer U. Do you know how crazy that is? What the heck?
What makes Stream University harder to get into than Harvard? As all of the applicants, streamers, and content creators clamored around their computers looking to see if their name was going to be revealed on that board, there were going to be some people who did not get in. And what you did with that rejection really established, to my mind and other minds, who you were as a content creator. Those that had the lyrical ability took to the booth to place a diss track on Kai Cenat. What?
Yo, a diss track is crazy. Look, okay, let me say something real quick, right? I feel like as a content creator, streamer, TikToker, Instagrammer, YouTuber, whatever the hell you are, right? as a content creator, you need to understand where to draw the line, okay, when it comes to content. Especially when you're interacting with other creators, especially when you're streaming, right? Because there is a very clear difference between content and real life. And sometimes people blur that line a little bit, right? Now, this track, funny, entertaining, content, right? But when people just make TikToks and they're dissing Kai and they're saying how they're gonna come for him and he can't come to this city or that city, like, yo, it gets to a point, bro. It really does. It gets to a point. Like, honestly, I feel like some people just don't know the difference, and it's very dangerous.
That was very lighthearted, very serious, but most of all, very entertaining. They turned one rejection into several days worth of clips, content, and conversation. Now, we can recognize that the streamers that did get accepted were at the center of the storyline, but because they weren't at the center, these rejected creators decided to do the next best thing. Make adjacent content right next to it to still be a part of the conversation. The rap battle shows how experienced content creators extend a moment instead of allowing the attention to disappear.
Bro, y'all understand how lit that shit gonna be? Like, well, I mean, it's impossible for you to understand because y'all didn't get in. But, bro, do you understand how lit that shit gonna be?
Yo, let me make something very clear right now. Don't play that song around me. Don't play that song around me ever. Okay? Unless I get in, then yeah, we bumping it. Yo, if I got in, I would have been bumping that song like crazy. You guys would have been sick of me. Trust. You would have been sick of me. You would have been actually sick of me. Genuinely. Why didn't you drop a diss? What am I gonna say to Kai Cenat, bro? What am I gonna say? Yo, Kai, you should have let me in. You live in a bin. I don't know. You're so short, it's a sin. Like, what the heck? What am I meant to say? I don't know, man. He's a rat, he left me behind. Okay. Quebblecop laugh would be more accurate. I beg you, shush see.
Me, as far as me, why I didn't get in, it's complete. It baffles me. It's just it's a clear indication of hatred, and it's mainly because his hair is ugly, and he's short.
I just realized I'm not showing that. Yo! See? I know. Okay? I know. I know. I know. Hang on.
Just this chair right here? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yo, I was gonna do like a Netflix intro thing, and then bro started talking like, yo, can we tell this guy to shut up, man? Okay. I don't want... Yo, can I please just get something good? Hold on, chat. Hold on. No, I need something like... Hold on. Let me cook. A Netflix original presents the streamer who didn't get in to Streamer You. Do I get a mic? No mic? Okay. Am I in the camera? Am I okay in the camera? Yeah? Good? Okay. And I just talk to this camera, right? Just this one. Yeah? Okay. I'm ready. Yo, chat! Where's my Oscar, man? Someone get me my Oscar. The streamer who couldn't fit in Streamer U, literally. Lil Schizo Potato. 600-pound life. Yo, what the heck? Messi will play his 3rd World Cup final. Yeah, I know. It's dark, man. Messi will make Yamal bath again after 20 years. Yo, what are you saying, gang? Stop the glaze. Anyway. Let's keep watching the video. I'm dead. Okay.
This is good. I love how you're opening up.
I'm nervous though.
It means a lot.
Okay.
Well, the difference was Suburb Baby and Ben the Don did skits. It's a different outcome, but it's the same mindset. These creators aren't waiting for the perfect result. They're taking whatever hand they are dealt, they're moving the cards around, and they're throwing out a royal flush, a go fish, whatever card terminology needs to be there, a tonk. That right there to me is the sign of a true creator. Being someone who has worked in the field myself and does videos on the regular, everything isn't going to be picture perfect all the time. It's about how you can read and react and adapt and twist and turn, still make something that is entertaining, informational, has the potential to go viral. Now, while these creators turn the Streamer University announcement, good or bad, into some sort of content, the other streamers, they treated it like this was the only opportunity capable.
Listen, let me say something real quick, right? Hey, first of all, shout out to all the UK streamers who are, you know, really on their grind. They're really working hard. Like, I see you guys as clips. I see like the brand deals. I see the sponsorships. I see people from the UK really progressing. And I'm telling you, the UK will be like the US, but a bit later on. We're just a bit delayed, right? All the hype that the US is getting with Twitch right now and streaming right now will eventually come to the UK. We're just a bit delayed. I don't know why it's like that, but that's how it is, okay? But you can't sit here and glaze Kai about how you want to be in his university 1 minute and then turn around and say, oh, you know what, bun this guy, like, he didn't let me get into his uni, like, I don't want anything to... Like, it just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Imagine Omizi got in, I'd burn the building down. Why are you hating on the GOAT, man? Holy... your streams are cute. I like how you're yourself and have fun. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Saving their careers.
Bro, on God, this is why I don't talk to y'all on this community, bro. This is why I don't f this community, bro. This is why I don't f with y'all niggas, bro. 35.
Yo, respectfully, right? This is not a diss, okay? This is not a diss. Chat. How many of you guys in chat have ever watched this NPC Miles Morales stream on Twitch? Okay? And again, like I said, it's not a diss. The only times I've ever seen this guy is on his little clips from his original streams on TikTok where he was being an NPC and his Mafiathon clips. I've never seen any of his actual own clips of like his own streams. And I think that should be a sign to him that, you know, it's not... Kai can't give you every handout in the world, okay? You can't be on Mafiathon 2, Mafiathon 3, and then complain because you're not in Streamer U as well. Now, obviously, I'm not saying, like, there's a limit or whatever, but it's like, yo, how many opportunities do you want? If you're getting these opportunities and this exposure and you're not making something of it, Kai can't keep putting you on, you know? TikTok streamers weren't gonna make it. It's not even that. It's about, like, the concept of, like, Streamer U showcases hundreds of streamers at one time, right? You literally were a part of Mafiathon, where sometimes you were the only person on the camera on stream. And you're telling me you couldn't make something of that. You've been live for a day? No, Phantom, I don't know what you're on about. To be fair, Kai bless this guy. That's what I'm saying. Like, from what I remember, every time Kai was sleeping on stream for Mafiathon, NPC Miles would take over the stream and entertain the stream whilst he was asleep, so the stream would still keep going. Like, do you know how much of an opportunity that is to really showcase yourself as a creator? Like, I don't know.
1,000 niggas watch me, bro, but not tuning into the Switch, bro. 1,000 niggas watching me, but ain't nobody dropping a sub, ain't nobody.
And another thing about this whole, like, rant he had, you can't sit here and blame your community when you're the streamer, when you're the creator, right? Because you cultivate the community you have at the end of the day, okay? And if your viewers don't want to watch you, or your viewers don't want to sub, or your viewers don't want to gift or donate or whatever, you need to think about that and internalize that and think, am I doing something to affect that? Not the other way around. His content just doesn't stick. That's for him to figure out. Exactly. Bro's career is acting as AI. Yo, what? I'm not gifting, but that's my point. That's exactly my point. Like, he's getting mad at nothing, essentially. Because it's like, I haven't seen any of his own personal content outside of him being Miles Morales. How am I going to sit there for a 5-hour stream and watch you pretend to be Miles Morales? I could just go watch the Spider-Verse movies. Like, be so for real. Why would I do that? Why would I waste my time doing that? It just doesn't make sense.
You showing love, bro. Y'all niggas steady be in my stream talking about some. Why don't you express yourself? Why don't you talk about real shit, bro? Talk about this, talk about that. And when I talk about this, bro, y'all be trolling. Y'all dead ass be trolling me, bro, all the fucking time, bro. I'm tired, bro. What's wrong with my community, gang? And Kai, you know they finna troll worse, bro. You know they finna. Oh, you ain't making it in the stream of you? Damn, this ain't making it in the Clover Boys, and he ain't making it in the stream of you. Damn, you ain't living in the mansion, bro. What happened? These don't fucking. God damn, bro. 10,000 subs every night.
I also think when you're a creator and all you're talking about in a rant like this is how other people perceive you, it's a reflection on your mind. You know, it's definitely a reflection on your mind and how you view yourself and how you view the world. Because you cannot be a creator and aspire to appeal to everybody. It's just not possible. And all you're going to do is upset yourself in the process. Bro's crying over TikTok roses. He provides no value. Bro's lucky I'm not there. What would he do in the stream of you, though? Set up a tripod and wear a spider suit. That's exactly my point, right? Like, you can't do the same thing for Mafiathon 2, Mafiathon 3, and then pull up to Streamer U 2026 and do the same thing again. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it can never happen. It's just, I'm saying there's got to be some sort of evolution or some sort of development. You know, you can't stay the same forever.
Hey, bro, I helped you get your 1 million fucking subs, bro. Come on, bro. You finna give me a chance to be me, bro. You finna get to know the real fucking me.
Now, let's be clear. I think being...
And I think another issue, right? Another issue is with people chasing numbers, right? Because from my perspective, from how I'm viewing this, I feel like he probably did the NPC Miles Morales thing, saw the views he was getting, and just kept doing it, right? Rather than going through that growth stage of, you know, starting out with like 3 viewers for like 10 months or something, and learning about yourself as a creator and being on camera as yourself, and eventually growing and growing your community, because it's 2 different perceptions of the world. I just realized I don't even have my other thing on. Like, it's just 2 completely different outlooks on streaming, and I feel like that's something that's so important that doesn't really get talked about. Zoe actually did stuff. I helped you get your 1 million. I'm talking about complaining over streamer you. Yo, 5 head. Yo, leave my forehead alone. Holy, let me live.
disappointed after being rejected in the streamer university is an okay emotion to have. A lot of people invested time, effort, energy. It was a big deal for them.
Now, chat, this is where what I said earlier comes into play again, right? Nothing wrong with being angry. Nothing wrong with being sad. Nothing wrong with being jealous. Nothing wrong with those emotions, right? Where it becomes an issue is when you let those emotions control you and ruin what you're building for yourself, okay? Because if there's two people and one person is feeling angry, sad, jealous, whatever, and they get a camera and they start complaining and venting to TikTok versus the other person who sits there, feels those emotions, reflects on it, and thinks, okay, how am I going to work even harder so this doesn't happen again? They're two completely different creators, right? And it's just two completely different ways of going about streaming. Yo, what are we saying in chat? What the heck? You know, I think it's worse about people who didn't get into Streamer U. They quit instead of grinding. Then when it happens next... Yo! That is actually facts, bro. That's actually facts. And I promise you the same thing would have happened last year, right? Last year, 2025, there would have been people who applied to Streamer U, didn't get in, got mad, quit streaming. Then fast forward to this year, it gets announced again. Suddenly they start streaming again for like a couple months. They go through the announcements, they didn't get in, they quit again. It's like, you really got to wake up to the reality that, like, if you want to grow and you want to develop as a streamer, you have to commit, you have to keep grinding, you have to keep building. And I think that's something that people aren't doing as a whole, just generally. Obviously, there are some people, and like I said, hats off to all the people in the UK, because I know there are a lot of people out there that are really grinding. And like I said, we are in the early stages of what could be like the explosion of UK Twitch as like a platform that people use. But yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid when people do that because it just doesn't make sense.
Hell, it is something that can actually make somebody's career. The way that Malik's World, aka NPC Miles Morales, went about doing his rejection moment, I don't know. Him going to the internet and honestly, from my opinion and other personal opinions, bash.
The UK don't support each other. Look, I'll make my opinion on this very brief, okay? Because we got to get through this video, otherwise we'll never make it. People love to sit here and say, you know, the UK is so, nobody supports anybody, there's no sense of community, or like, nobody wants to collab with anyone. I feel like it's about who you surround yourself with, right? Because from my experience, right, if you focus on the people who do want to collab, who do want to work alongside you, who do want to have those mutual connections or whatever, you will slowly build a network and realize, yo, there are people out here. Maybe not as many as I'd like there to be right now, but there are people. So I feel like there are some people who say that, you know, the UK is bad vibes and they're not even trying. They were literally sending hate to the only girl who made it in from the UK. I'm talking about, like, creators. Are you telling me actual creators were doing that? Because if that's true, that's actually messed up. Okay. Let's talk about the Sam Ham hate, okay? Because I feel like this is necessary. This is actually necessary, chat. Because this is something I saw firsthand when I was going through TikTok last week, right? After the Streamer U stuff. So many people were so quick to blame Sam Ham, right? Sorry. So many people were so quick to blame Sam Ham for the reason why only one person got into Streamer U this year. So many people sat there and said, oh, there's only one UK streamer in Streamer U this year because Sam Ham was boring, or because Sam Ham didn't do anything, or because Sam Ham this, or Sam Ham that. Listen, if your application was good enough, you probably would have gotten in, okay? If you have been grinding and really putting your foot in with streaming, your content will transcend location, okay? At the end of the day, it's really not about location. Because if your content was good enough or meshed well enough with other creators, Kai probably would have seen it, or whoever would have seen it, and you probably would have got the invite. You can't sit here and blame somebody else for your own failure. How does that make sense? Really think about that. How does it make sense? That is, I'll admit that. That's genuinely hating, because people want to sit here and complain, saying Sam Ham is the reason they didn't get in. And it's like, gang, you've been streaming for like 4 weeks. What are you talking about? What are you actually saying? Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Some people don't know how to take rejection. And it's like, as a human being, you have to learn how to deal with rejection. Streamer or no, in life as a whole, you will face rejection. Whether it's in romance, whether it's in work and jobs and careers, whether it's in streaming or content creation, you will face rejection. And if you don't know how to deal with rejection, you're not gonna go anywhere in life. I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. I can't lie, the UK average content is rizzing up girls or just having girls. There's really no one creative. Some people started on the day of the announcement, then blame Sam. That's what I'm saying. How does it make sense? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Look, I'm not here to hate on anyone's content style, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to be a girl content creator, as much as I will never associate with that type of content, if that's genuinely what you want to do and that's genuinely what you want to commit to, hey, you do you. Go ahead and make your girl content, okay? I'm not here to hate. But you cannot sit here and just have a form of content that certain people don't resonate with or certain people don't want to watch and blame a different person for that, because it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. The UK does not have an innovative culture. It's got to be the most stagnant culture in the world. Nothing changes, nothing moves, blah, blah, blah. Look, I can't give away too much because it's very early days, but I've got a lot of collabs in the works. I've got a lot of stuff coming up, okay, over the next like 6 months or so. And like I said, I feel like that Twitch explosion is coming, but it's taking its time. Okay, it's taking its time. It's a bit delayed. We're a bit behind the US when it comes to streaming, but when we catch up, we will catch up, and suddenly you will see people posting or streaming the way people post on TikTok now. Once upon a time, posting on TikTok was cringe, and if you had a TikTok account, people would laugh at you. People would say you're weird. Now, everyone and their mum is doing Get Ready With Me's on TikTok, okay? That's just the truth. Twitch will have its moment, but yeah. You egoed M3? Who's M3? What are you talking about? Angry Ginge could low-key put us on the map. I saw a post by, I can't remember who it was. There was a post on Instagram talking about how Angry Ginge was talking about a UK streamer Hey, if Angry Ginge does that for real, that would be sick. Whether I'm in it or not, it's not about me. But in terms of the UK streaming culture, it could be a big deal. Who knows? But it's a difficult topic, right? It's a really difficult subject because there are so many different aspects to it. And the UK culture is not the same as like the US entertainment culture. Like they're two very different things because just the way people are in both countries is different. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Kai Cenat, it just didn't sit right. It wasn't the entertaining spin of it all. I would be able to chalk it up if this was one interaction about the whole situation, but he doubles down at DreamCon. While there, he finds Agent 00, of course, close to Kai Cenat, and pressures him into being in Streamer U.
Tell Kai to put me in streaming you, bro. Come on, bro.
Yo, I seen the clip of you.
Sorry. I'm at the school, bro. Come on. I don't want to shoot this school, bro.
You can't say shit like that.
I need this, bro. I need this, bro. I don't want to look for a job, bro. I've been looking for a 9 to 5.
That's NPC Miles Morales? I thought that was just another random guy. This is what I mean, chat. Some people don't know the difference. Some people don't know the difference between content and real life, and it really shows. It really shows.
For a whole week, bro. I can't get a job, bro. Every time I look for a job, bro, they kick me out, bro. Dead ass.
You get kicked out of a job?
Yes, bro. I've been trying to look for a job. Sinner, bro. Please, bro. Wallahi, bro. Why you just standing there, bro?
I don't know, gang. This just doesn't sit.
But it's like, at the end of the day, what do you want Agent to do for you? It's not Agent's streamer university, is it? It's Kai's. So it's like, yo, why are you taking it up with Agent, man? Leave Agent alone. Agent's just trying to stream and live his life, man. He's like 30. No way he's 30, bro. There's no way. I thought he was younger than me. I'm talking GTA races, not RP. Anything for clout, I guess. He could have low-key when DreamCon and farmed clips better. That's what I'm saying. DreamCon is a big opportunity. He's 28. He's 28 years old. I'm laughing at the audio, chat. I'm laughing at the audio.
Right with me for a couple of different reasons. One, I saw a clip of NPC Miles Morales, and if I can find it, I'll put it in the video, of him saying that like he's torn between continuously wearing this costume and being NPC Miles Morales or being Malik's World, his actual stage name. As somebody who's having an identity / branding issue right now in this moment, I don't think that, you know, coming to Agent and Kai and whoever else at DreamCon doing this begging thing is working in your best favor. This didn't feel skit-like at all. It didn't feel like it was a part of the bid. It just felt more desperate than anything. And then two, I think it's...
This is the problem with streaming. Once you're in, you can't get a job. They will replace you, so you become a slave creator. I don't think of it like that, right? I feel like, obviously I can't speak on it because I'm not a big creator, so I don't know if this is true or not. But I feel like there are definitely places where you can still get a job. But it just really depends on the kind of creator you are, right? Like, for example, I feel like someone like Agent, for example, could probably get a job. Like a regular job, if he wanted to. I'm pretty sure Phantom still has his job. I don't know if he quit, but after he blew up, he kept his job and he kept working his job. But... you know, when you're making the Shay Frost type of content or something like that, then obviously it makes sense that you can't get a job. And that's just something you have to understand when you decide to stream that type of content. I mean, in some ways you're big, you can still get a social media marketer or campaign manager. The thing is, people watch Kai Cenat and he makes money even when he's not streaming, so people think that he can just lay back and not stream. Yeah. People love to look at the top 0.1% and think that is the rule, not the exception. And that is the real issue. Okay? Look, I'm not here to crush anybody's dreams, okay? At the end of the day, you have to follow your dreams and you cannot let anybody decide your dreams for you, okay? But you also have to be realistic. You also have to understand what you're signing up for, and you have to understand the risks of what you're doing, okay? There's a reason why I only cover certain types of content, and there's a reason why I don't like to swear too much or cuss too much on stream. There's a bunch of things I actively choose to do or not to do because I'm aware that I'm streaming to the public, so the public is gonna see it, right? But not everybody thinks that way. Strangely enough, not everybody thinks, yo, anyone could see this. And that's not just for streaming, that's just for content in general. And I feel like that is a big issue for a lot of people online.
Important to note that Kai Cenat had already put him in multiple streams. Hell, he was in Mafiathon crazy style.
I'll be honest with you, like, I'm not even trying to dick ride. Don't call me D1. Bro, he got the craziest layup ever. I don't think you getting accepted to streaming university is a fucking L, bro. I'll be honest with you.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if you can't make something from being in 2 Mafiathons, is that not a sign? Like, I'm not trying to be rude, not trying to be disrespectful, not trying to, like, hate. But what? Yo, I I gotta be careful, man. I gotta be careful. I can't, as much as I would like to share my opinion on that, because I feel like, you know, it's something that does need to be talked about. I'm not trying to wake up and get shot, like, first thing in the morning, okay? Because I shared my opinion online. He had 5.9k people when he went live after Mafiathon. He had it. He can act as multiple NPCs now.
And like, you literally were in his bed damn near for 30 days straight. Yo, you got more than streamer you. You got the whole streamer. You!
Very corny, but very funny and true sentiments, Ron. Streamer University is a week-long thing. Hell, even last year was just 3 days. You had him for 30 days of an entire marathon in which he actively wasn't on screen. Mind you, he only showed up when he was sleeping. NPC Miles Morales had a bigger stage than a lot of these people do with Streamer University, because we also have to remember, Kai Cenat won't be in Streamer University for real. He's ducked off to the side. The problem isn't lack of attention, it's what happened after the attention arrived. Malik's World, aka NPC Miles Morales, or should I say BKA NPC Miles Morales, was inconsistent with streaming.
So Malik, why haven't you been consistently streaming recently? What you mean? I've been consistent. I'm looking at it right now. I stream like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yo, chat, would that be me with Kai? Would that be me with Kai if I was in-person interview? Would he say that to me? Dear Golden, I must take my leave. May your path be lighter than your footsteps. Hey, shout Valley, man. Shout Valley, shout Valley, shout Valley. Goodbye, Valley. You'd crush the chair. Yo, what are we talking about? Miles got the Yona lob and sold.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 streams since May 15th to now. Okay.
Didn't fully capitalize on the audience when they were searching for him. He also pivoted crazy, and I do mean crazily sharply, after the whole Mafiathon. He wanted audience to stop viewing him for who he sold them on for the past 2 to 3 years. You gotta think about it. Strong creators usually use familiar characters to then, you know, introduce their personality and themselves to a wider audience. Then they gradually give viewers a little bit more of a reason to stay. It's not what Malik's World did. He said, hey, I got you in the door for Spider-Man, but I'm gonna sell you on DC and other comic book characters. This is why his crash out and rejection felt more entitled than anything. He acted like Kai had denied him his first real opportunity when Kai had already provided him multiple platforms at different times. And instead of taking advantage and asking himself why he wasn't accepted, the better question should have been, hey, what have I already done with what I have received? And so while Funny Mike and DDG and Suburb Baby and Bendadon were getting their reactions to the rejection or the acceptance viewed and going viral for positive reasons, it's not the case for NPC Miles Morales. He did go viral again, but now everybody thinks that he's more of a clown, a Joker, instead of Spider-Man. And he's not the only one. He sits in a sea of other content creators and streamers who crashed out, sent these stupid, harsh messages to Kai Cenat and team and Stream University and all of this stuff. And I think that this shows the real difference between being seen and actually building some.
The drummer is going. He's got a right to be upset. The drummer? What drummer? What drummer are you talking about?
Something from being seen. Exposure can introduce an audience, but it can't make an audience stay.
If you don't get accepted, it doesn't mean anything. Brothers and sisters, if you do not get accepted, it is okay. You wanna know why it's okay?
Drummer from Mafia. You're telling me the drummer got in and... Yo, I might have crashed out too, man. I might have crashed out too. I'm not gonna lie, I might have crashed out too.
Because you are a person who loves to create. Nothing should define you. Nothing at all.
Look, I'm glad that he prefaced this, even though I don't think that he should have needed to, but Kai Cenat came during the Streaming University acceptance list and just put it plain and simple. Hey, if you don't get in, this will not define you. It shouldn't define you. And it ended up being a scorching hot take, seeing as to how some people went about reacting towards not getting into Streamer U. Some creators treated Streamer U like the end-all be-all because they believed that Kai Cenat cosign could replace consistency, direction, and good content. They viewed getting accepted as the beginning of their careers and getting rejected as the end of their careers. When Stream University was only supposed to be an acceleration moment for something that you were already building. So when I canvassed the landscape of streamers and content creators, or streamers and content creators and their rejection letters, I was mad disappointed, just like the other already established streamers and content creators.
It's okay to let your emotions out, bro. Oh, I just want y'all niggas to know that, bro. Oh.
I'm not gonna say much else. Let's keep watching.
Oh no, bro. This is too much power for one man to have. Kai Cenat has got these people in a chokehold. Like, just stream. Just make good content. Make good content. You don't need a stimmy check from Kai Cenat, from Daddy Kai, to make your career. This is incredible. What, you think you're not good enough without Kai Cenat's approval? Are you kidding me? This is insane.
If anybody quit because...
I'm not gonna lie, that might be the first thing Sneeko has ever said that I agree with. He's not wrong at all. He just said straight facts. In 2026, July 2026, I'm really sat here agreeing. I'm agreeing with Sneeko. That's insane. What the heck?
They didn't get into streamer university. They weren't a content creator to begin with. Gang. It's just God honest truth. Who the fuck is quitting because they didn't get in? Please let me know.
The mindset that your entire future rests in one content creator's hands is detrimental and only proves in.
Look, like I said, nothing wrong with being disrespectful. Yeah, nothing disrespectful. Whoa. Time out. I'm yapping. Nothing wrong with being disappointed. That's what I meant to say. Disappointed. Okay? Nothing wrong with being disappointed. But you can't let it consume you. You can't view that as the be all end all. Because what do you mean you're like gonna quit streaming because you didn't get in? That's just crazy. Doesn't make sense.
Solidifies, to be quite honest with you, why Kai Cenat did not pick you and why he should not pick you in the future. It's almost like these kids are waiting permission from somebody to build some sort of audience or some sort of consistency or something with substance, and that just doesn't make any sense. You don't need Kai Cenat to create momentum before, during, or after when these opportunities are here. Whether or not you get the big name, whether or not you get the shout out, whether or not you get the collaboration, you should be creating consistently, because one, you love creating, and two, this is what you claim to be doing. Exposure can only introduce people to you. It can't make people return to your stream. It can't create consistency. It can't build this career for you. Look at all the people that we've been talking about in this video. Funny Mike received rejection and created momentum. DDG saw a storyline in his long career of streaming. Hey, I got rejected, and just added another chapter. Suburb Baby received acceptance and has been on a tear since. But then you see somebody like a Malik's World got exposed to the game multiple times and struggled to convert it into anything real. Access isn't the difference, it's the execution that goes on after. And I rarely do ever tell people this. I'm so serious when I say this. I promise you I'll probably get burned for saying this now later on in my life. But if you're somebody who seriously quit or is just out of the content creation game or anything like that after this rejection from streamer you should stop. And part of it is me trying to be positive, saying stop waiting and stop wanting and stop yearning for somebody to come and hold your hand and boost you to the mountaintops. And the other portion is me saying, stop creating content. You got to be real with yourself. Life is not a situation in which somebody will come and pluck you out of every single...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you gotta view streamer you as a step in your journey and not the destination. You know, too many people out here trying to get into streamer you like it's the be all end all, like it's the only thing they ever want to do. When in reality, if you really want to be a streamer, it should just be a stepping stone to becoming the greatest version of yourself as a streamer as possible.
Position and place in space, especially if you don't have these things already established. Steph Curry and the owner of the Golden State Warriors isn't just coming to a random gym and plucking the kid sitting on the bench to sign a max contract. Jay-Z and other experienced rappers aren't just walking down the street plucking people to sign them to multi-year record deals. And Kai Cenat isn't going to just pluck you off of the streets and say, hey, get into Streamer University. I know you have nothing going on, and I know if I don't do this, you wouldn't be doing this. Just come to Streamer University. It just doesn't work like that. Life does not work like that. The true creators, the ones that are going to stay on top, are going to take every single moment that they have and turn it into something positive. This whole Streamer University acceptance and rejection situation created some winners and losers. The most important divide, though, wasn't those who got in and who didn't get in. It was who did what when they got the news and the announcements. I saw...
Very true, chat. Yo, W video from Omizi, man. W video chat. I'm not gonna lie.